Hello everyone, welcome to yet another new episode, and today your Nimi Rijo is with you, and today we'll move on to the next poetry from the book First Flight, and today we'll be dealing with the poem Animals written by Walt Whitman. We should know something about Walt Whitman. He is an American poet and he was the first person to write a poetry in a free verse. Free verse, unrhymed, without rhyming words. And if you look into these lines itself, you can see the very first line, it begins from here, it ends here, such a long line. And look at the last line, it's a little short. So he did not have a proper rhyme scheme and it was just a free verse. Okay, like long lines and then the short like that. So in this poem, Walt Whitman is a person where the poet is trying to compare the human beings with animals. He is also actually intending and thinking, I would love to live with animals better than human beings, because animals are more calm and they are more self-contained, they are true to its character. So this is actually the basic theme of how actually are we. Actually, are we trying to be animals or are animals trying to be us? So we'll move to the poem line by line. I think I could turn and live with animals. I wish I could turn and live with animals. He's not turning to animals, but I wish I could live with the animals. They are so placid and self-contained. Placid, they're so calm and self-contained. Self-contained, they're so controlled. I mean, I've seen so many people who are not even able to control their behavior. Okay, they're so angry and all. So he's telling over here, animals are not like that. They can control. They are self-contained. They know what to do, when to do, and how to do. And then they are also calm. I stand and look at them long and long. Maybe the poet is in the forest, or maybe the poet is maybe in a jungle, or wherever, we are not sure. Maybe in a zoo, we don't know. But wherever it is, the poet said, when I look at them, I feel like staring at them. I feel like looking at them and actually getting few of the qualities what they have. So the poet was standing there and looking at animals for quite a long time. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. Whine means basically complaining about the conditions. Okay, they do not sweat. Sweat in the sense over here, the poet is trying to say the meaning of hard working. What do? We start working from early in the morning till night. We are working hard for what? To get money. And then maybe we build our houses basically for our materialistic things, and we hand it over to the kids and they live for the next generation. So it's just like a cycle. We working not for ourselves but for the other generation. So but animals, they live with the food what they get that particular day. They're not going to save any food, or they're not going to store any food anyway. We know few animals like ants and all, because of the weather they do it. But over here, this became it's not all the animals saving some amount like money like what we do. So they don't sweat and they never complain about their condition. They're not complain like, okay, I didn't have the food, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I was not able to get that. They never complain. They're happy with what they have. But in respect to human beings, what do? They always complain. They're always to do whine about the problem. Maybe about the boss, maybe about the family, maybe about the kids, the wife. They always do that. That's a good comparison. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. The human beings, we have seen when you have a problem, we cannot sleep because of the stress, because of the problems at home, because of the problems at office. What do? We lie awake in the bed and we think about it again and again. Actually, it is creating more issues, which we are not supposed to do. Over here, what do animals do? They never think about the future, and they've never awake in the bed at night. We've seen about the beautiful birds, right? Early morning 5:30 we can hear the chirping of the birds, and evening 7:30 then it's silent. Every animal is like that. So it is definite like what each animal should do. So here Paul is trying to say, what do? We lie awake in the bed and we just think about again and again. But animals are just opposite. They live for the day, not for the next day, but they live for the day. So in these lines, we can see there's no proper stanza wise. It's just like free verse, just like that. So over here actually poet is trying to compare the animals with the human beings. And he said we actually should learn certain things from animals to become calm, not to be stressed out, be always happy. That smile on the face, it only changes everything. Even when a person is coming forward, although he might be in tensions, but when he see your smiling face, that even make him smile. So when you're doing this stanza or the first few lines, think about, are you having that smile on your face? Check it out. So we'll continue with the next few lines of the poem. Okay, now we move on to the second part of the poem. They do not make me sick discussing the duty to God. When I've seen nowadays, okay, you know what, I went to this temple and I did that puja, I went to this church, I did this particular thing, I went to the mosque and I offered prayer, I did the hajj. All these kind of things are not discussed by the animals, but it is discussed by the people. So over there, they do not make me sick, they do not make the poet or anyone sick discussing about duty to God. Duty to God is something which we are supposed to do it from the heart. It's not like all of a sudden, okay, someone is telling you, you do that. Someone is not telling you, not do that. It's not like that. If you love your God, you do that. But human beings discuss a lot. Whatever they do, even this little prayer, they discuss with others. So that everybody knows, see, today I'm fasting. See, I'm abstaining from all these non-veg. So all these things came in your heart. Why you want to discuss that? No one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. No one is dissatisfied. No one is actually dissatisfied. Not even a single human being is there who is actually satisfied. All are dissatisfied. I don't have a car. Oh, I just have a Santro car. I just have a normal Swift car. I don't have a BMW. I don't have another car. So you still, although you have a car, that's not the thing. Why you don't have that, higher cars or better cars? That is the problem. We complain about each and everything. Not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one. Every single human being is demented, is mad. And why are they mad? They're mad of owning things. They always want to get one thing from here, one thing from there. They are happy with what they have. They are always dissatisfied. All the human beings. You have one dress, no, that's not enough. I wore it last day. Why did I get a new dress? It's a party. They've already seen my another dress. So all these things of the craving to own things, it's there. All are demented, all literally mad of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one. Animals, they never kneel down before anyone. Let it be of the same age group, equal, or maybe any person who lived 1,000 years back, or maybe anyone. They don't bow before anyone. You're supposed to respect your elders. I agree with that. But what is happening in the office? You hate your boss like anything, but still you bow your head. This happens. Inside or inner side, you might just regret or hate the person, but still, just to showcase, you bow before him. It's something like unnatural, and there's no point of doing it. But still, human beings do that. But animals never kneel before anyone. Because if I want food, I go fight, I get the food and eat it. And they're not even fighting with each other for unnecessary things. But we do. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. Not even a single animal is unhappy. Not even a single animal is unhappy. All the animals are happy. But human beings are unhappy about the earth. They speaking about the earth is not good. There are no trees. Who took the trees? Who cut down the trees? It's you only. But still they continuously complain. But what about animals? They're happy with what they have. Okay, so you can find the calm and composed character of animals over there. Okay, so now we'll move on to the last part of the poem. Now we'll move on to the third part of the poem. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. Over here you may think about one thing. Human beings, for example, I've got a good friend of mine. I speak to them, I talk to them and everybody knows, okay, he's my friend. To show that he or she is my friend, I take selfie, I take pictures and post it on all social media. But the minute he leaves, you gossip about that person. Is that a good relationship? But animals, We know animals are one point kind of animals. They eat each other, but still that everybody knows that they eat each other. Okay, but still they respect each other. That relationship is not found in human beings. Human beings always they betray each other, which should not be a good quality. They bring me tokens of myself. They bring me tokens of myself. Over here, the word token means qualities. So they are actually showcasing the good qualities, good behavior. Actually, it should be within me. The boy is telling, but we don't have it. Why? Because animals have taken that. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possessions. They evince them plainly in their possessions. They reveal that. They reveal these qualities in the possessions, in the things what they are owning. Possession basically I own. I own what? I own a car. That's my possession. That's what every human being say. But animals, according to animals, their possessions are good qualities, good behavior, good things what they do for the other animals. So that is actually the possession. And that particular possession what animals have are quite visible. Those tokens what actually human beings should have, good qualities, are not there anymore. But animals do have it. I wonder where they get these tokens. Boys wondering, hey, where do these animals get all these tokens? Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Did I pass through that way, maybe that forest long back, and negligently means carelessly I just dropped them? Which clearly shows that the poet is so careless. Which clearly shows that not just the poet but each one of us, the qualities, the values, the duties, the basic things, we are just carelessly leaving it. And why are we leaving it? Just to possess the material things. Okay, he's got a new BMW car, why don't I get that? This kind of attitude is there in everybody. The ego, the jealousy, just to own things, craving for unnecessarily materialistic things. And that is why human beings are falling. And it's even affecting the jungle, the animals. How? We are not happy with what we have. We are again moving on to their place, the jungle. How we are trying to build resorts and things inside the jungle. It's affecting the animals. We know the number of animals are currently away from the list. Endangered animals. The species are completely gone. Who's the reason? What's the reason behind? It's just human beings. So over here we have to think about how these human beings carelessly drop the values, ethics, all the good things. There's actually a poem which is actually thought-provoking, which everyone should think a lot. Okay, so now we'll move on to the poetry devices and we'll discuss about a few important questions in the chapter. Okay, so we'll quickly move on to the poetry devices. The first one is anaphora. I'll give an example I. Anaphora is actually one letter or one word which is repeated in the consecutive two lines, beginning of the consecutive lines. That's called anaphora. I think that it's repeated twice, I, in the first stanza. That's why it's called anaphora. Repeated words in the consecutive lines, the beginning of the lines. Second one, repetition. When the words are repeated, like long and all words are repeated, when the repetition of words are called repetition. Metaphor is basically always wet and wine is one word which is being used, which is actually speaking about the way the people are complaining about things. Okay, that's wet and wine. So these are the three point devices which will be mentioned in the poem. The other point devices are not, much point devices are not there because as I told you, Walt Whitman is basically a poet who loved free verse, unrhymed. He was totally different from other poets. We'll move on to the important questions of the poem. What are the tokens discussed in the poem? Already said, what tokens mean basically the qualities that human beings initially had but now it is being taken, like as I told you, ethics, values, good behavior, good deeds, etc., which are completely absent in the people. Do humans kneel to other humans? Yes, we know. Initially there were days where we used to kneel before our ancestors, we used to kneel before, I gave an example of how people, although they don't like, they kneel before the boss. So all these kind of things can be an example. Even now human beings are kneeling, which animals will never ever do. These were the important questions in the poem. I hope the poetry was clear enough and hope you enjoyed the poetry. Do like, subscribe and share with all your friends. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Stay cool, stay calm, have a good time.